Excellent. Let's see. Okay, we got people. Martin, thanks for popping on. Mr. Cole, thank you guys for coming on today. Hope everything's going well. Let's see. Oh, we got more people popping in. Mr. Francis, the jock himself. Excellent. Okay. Just thumbs up, Mr. Powers, and everybody else that everything's good to go. You guys can hear me, you guys can see me, all that jazz. Let me go ahead and let me quit Discord and some various things. Okay. Some apps that I know I don't need open to chew up resources. Go ahead and get rid of those and that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. All right, cool. So as you guys know, I have been working, yes, I've been working on Total CMS 3. But also this year I've been releasing a lot of stacks that I've kind of kept myself for a long time. And today we got another one. So it's mostly done. Okay. I hope to get it out by Friday. That is my goal. So we should have it all out and released. You can't even buy it right now. I haven't even created any of the product page stuff yet. So if you guys, the smart ones out there, you probably can guess what the URL will be. But it's not on the site yet. So while sometimes I give sneak peeks and you can actually go out and find the product page, not today. Doesn't exist. So, but I figured, I wanted to work wholeheartedly getting this new video stack out to you guys. And I figured, you know what? I have to create a demo file. Want to like kill two birds with one stone, create this demo file while I kind of show it off to you guys and get your feedback too, right? It's always great to get some feedback. Let me know what you guys want. If you guys, I'm actively developing this. So if you think you see a feature that you'd like, please let me know and I'll see what I can do. Okay. You can call these stacks the avoidance of CMS stacks. Yes. I do take some time off to work on these. Last week was 200% total CMS 3. Did some pretty cool stuff with that last week. But this week we gotta keep the engines moving, right? So it's a cool stack. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and share my screen. Boop. All right. Well, before we show off the stack, let's go and show you what it is, right? And actually, I don't need a terminal right now. Let's quit that. Okay. I'm actually going to show you the website I built this for. Okay. So I built this for emailstacks.com. This is the first place this stack existed. And even to this day, I go to this page and I love it. It's this guy right here. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is just this effect right here. That is the big selling point for it. I mean, that's the big feature for this stack for play. Is that feature, right? You just hover, you get this huge play button, and there's a bunch of other features we'll go into, but I think that this one feature is like the main thing. Like it is that, right? And this one, go ahead and click on it and it'll play the YouTube video, blah, blah, blah. It's on emailstacks.com. Actually, look at that. It's broken right now. Probably because it's running a old version. And when I republished this site, it broke. Oh, wow. That kind of sucks. I didn't even realize that. All right. So yeah, pretty cool. I think I'm using it a couple different other places on this site. One second. I think I'm using it in Getting Started. Yes. Okay. So here's another really cool feature. Okay. So this is the stack. Okay. But what if you notice here is the thumbnail for the stack isn't necessarily just a thumbnail. The thumbnail is a video, right? So I don't know if I click this one. It's a JavaScript error as well. Okay. But that is a feature, right? Where you can actually have a video be your thumbnail, which is bonkers, right? You have a video thumbnail for your video, right? Which is slick. Now, the reason this is cool is because, it's probably just a short snippet of that, right? And you notice this particular one loops, so it just keeps going around and around and around. It'll start back over. It is a video file with no audio, so it is muted, which is allowed to autoplay. So if a video is muted, okay, on a web page, then why did I say muted? Okay, if it is muted, then you can autoplay it, right? So that way we can kind of give someone a sneak peek and make it more dynamic. You notice that there is no animation on this one. The animation is optional. But yeah, pretty cool, right? I like that. And I think all the videos on this page do that. Yep. So this particular one as well, as you see, it's just a thumbnail with a video. So pretty insane. Love it. Absolutely love it. So those are my two favorite features of this stack that I don't think are really possible anywhere else. Okay. So pretty slick there. I don't think I use it on any other page on the site. Nope. Okay. Well, email stacks, if you haven't used those, super cool. Really great website, actually. I really enjoy this website, but now that I've kind of fixed this stack, I'll have to make sure that I republish it with the with these videos working. So okay. Next use place for these. If we go to, let's go to Weaver Space. And just a side note, I'm going to show you, we're going to hop on to, let's go to what product page? Layers. I just want to mention Layers. Today is the last day to get it on launch sale. So, if you didn't pick up a copy of Layers, you can still get, I think it's 20% off at checkout, or 25% off. I forget. Look at the announcement. Today's the last day. All right. You don't need to do nothing. You just buy it and discounts automatically applied at checkout. So get Layers. Here is, but every single product page on Weaver Space. Okay. As you notice, this is the Play stack. Okay. Oh man, it was actually originally called Video Pro, but I don't know. I thought Play was a cool name, so we went with Play. And in this one, now on the other ones, it actually plays kind of in line. But if you probably noticed on Weaver Space, it'll actually open up in a light box as well. So there we go. So you have the option. For some reason, it's not auto playing here, but it does autoplay. I fixed that now. It probably was a bug. I have fixed that, and we'll look at that in the latest versions. Okay, but that little play animation for the play button, that is just money, right? It's so sexy. It's badass. Okay, so there we go. Let's hop on and let's start playing around with Play. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm not sure what settings I added this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start off and add a new one to the page. Why not? So we're gonna add a brand spanking new Play stack to the page. How you like the icon? There's the cool icon. I'm pretty happy with that. It's got the 80s retro style, and hence the default kind of, edit mode background. That was quintessential 80s, or is that kind of maybe early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, somewhere around there? Okay, but let's go ahead and start playing with Play. So let's go ahead and here, we're just going to play with Play like this. Close that, make this a little bit smaller so we can get Safari open as well. Okay. So by default, I have it set to YouTube. Okay, so it will support YouTube, Vimeo, and HTML5. Right now, YouTube and HTML5 work. This afternoon, I'm going to be adding Vimeo support. So right now, we're only going to be looking at YouTube and HTML5, but Vimeo is going to behave pretty much exactly like YouTube. It just will have a Vimeo embed instead of YouTube embed. Okay, so there we go. So let's go ahead and add in a YouTube URL. Let's go ahead. I don't even know what this. I'm not exactly sure what URL this is, but it could be it could be the one for this live stream, which would be interesting. Playing the live stream on the live stream. Inception there. Okay, so thumbnail options. There are a lot of thumbnail options. By default, it's just going to pull the thumbnail from YouTube. Okay. We'll go over the other options as well. You can open static or in a lightbox. And then we have a bunch of options for the play button. Okay, but let's just go ahead and preview on this. So all I've done is the only thing I've done is added the YouTube URL. That's it. And there it is. It is the embed for this live stream, right? So we are going for some inception here. Okay. So here we go. I have my video. Sweet. Right. And if I go ahead and click on it, it actually goes ahead and plays the live stream. There we go. Sweet. All right. What's actually kind of cool is if you are playing an actual video, I mean, this is a live stream, so it will go infinitely until the end of the live stream. But once the video is over, okay, maybe I should put in a different video here. YouTube.com. There's one. No clue what this video is. Let's see what that is. Just so I'm not. Oh, here. Okay, this was a video that you probably saw. I put it inside Weaver Bytes. It's actually a really good video on SEO and AI and stuff. I liked it. But anyway, so let's go ahead. I want to show you a cool little feature. So we play it auto plays as you see. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go all the way to the end of this. Okay. And one of the cool features is once the video is done, okay, it will actually wait a few seconds and then it actually hides the video and brings the kind of the play, thumbnail and play button back, right? So it'll auto detects when you've finished the video, and then it'll kind of hide the video for design aesthetics, right? Because this looks a lot nicer than having the video embed there. So pretty slick. What is really nice about this is what you don't see. Okay, on page load, the embed doesn't exist. Okay, for page load speed, right? We all know that YouTube and any other video embeds, they slow down page loads. Okay, so the YouTube embed doesn't even exist yet. It doesn't even load until I click the play button. Actually, I'm wrong. It loads when I hover the play button. And the reason I do that is because if you click on it, you really expect things to be kind of zippy. You don't want to wait for an iframe to load. So when you hover over it, it's kind of showing intent to click. Okay. So therefore it will then load the embed when you hover, so that when you click, it's already loaded. And there we go. Okay. And it goes off to the races. I do also want to note that on mobile, on iOS, okay, autoplay does not work. So you're basically gonna have to click it twice on mobile. You're gonna have to click to unveil the embed and then tap to play. Nothing I can do about that. That's an iOS feature. You can't get around it. Even with full-blown JavaScript, they've disabled it on iOS. You cannot do it. So it's just impossible. You can't autoplay a YouTube embed on mobile. Okay. Kind of blows, but it is what it is. Okay. So that was YouTube. Let's go ahead and look at some of, I guess really quick, we'll go over the HTML5 just to kind of show that off super quick. Okay, we're going to do that. And we're going to do HTML5 and then we're going to do this one. Okay, so you give it a video and a poster URL. You don't have to give it a poster URL. It's just kind of a nice way to, well, if you're using the default, then you have to give it a poster because that's what thumbnail is going to be used. Okay, so this is just an MP4 that is uploaded to my server. And then this is a URL to a thumbnail, a JPEG. Okay, let's go ahead and preview that. So here is the thumbnail. Okay, and if I go ahead and click on it, it gives a HTML5 video embed. Now, obviously, this is the HTML5 videos embed. It's a lot faster and more performant than a YouTube embed, okay? But it does mean it's going to eat up server resources and all that jazz because it's living on my server. Okay. So, there we go. You know what? I didn't test HTML5 with autoplay. I'm thinking that might work. I don't know. Let's test right now. Oh man, hold on one second. You know what? We're just having some fun here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and load up my iPhone. All right, let's go ahead. Hey, are you guys seeing hold on, let's click away, click back in. Oh, you guys are seeing my iPhone now. Okay, cool. Here, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, shoot. But I got to publish this. All right, 1 second. 1 second. Hold, please. Publishing setup. Other methods. Configure manually. Oops. Great. Add from bookmarks. This one. Remove. Yep. Publish. Wait. Oh, website address. Okay. Yeah. https://sandbox.joeworkman.net. All right, now we're going to publish. Fun times. All right, so now if we go to Sandbox, well, once this is published, let's open up Safari and go to sandbox.joeworkman.net. Oh, shoot. It's going to say go. All right, so now if I go ahead and tap play, it does autoplay. Oh, I just realized it plays in the player. I need to put the inline attribute on there. It does autoplay though. That is nice. Okay, cool. That's something I hadn't even thought about till this live stream to test that. Okay, cool. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys are. Yeah, you're seeing that. Cool. Okay. All right, let's go back to the Mac. Okay, so let's look at some of the other thumbnail options. Okay. So again, default thumbnail, that just pulls it in from the service. So from YouTube, it'll get the actually, let's put the YouTube video back just because it's a this one. Okay. So just so we can see, let's go ahead and look at that. So there is our thumbnail. Okay, that's pulling in from YouTube. From the HTML5, it'll bring in the poster. Okay. But if we go ahead and do image, we can actually then drag and drop. So if we don't want to use the thumbnail from YouTube, we want to use our own. I allow you to drop in 2 different images, one for mobile, one for tablet and desktop. Okay. So that you can use that. So again, just drag and drop that in there. So you can do whatever you want. You could let's say like this one. Just drag that in there. Voila. Now that is our thumbnail. Okay. We can do warehouse image. So you can actually put in the URLs to the images, right? So if I put in that URL that I had here, okay. There we go. So I can use and obviously with warehouse images, we can now use things like total CMS macros and all that jazz. Now for total CMS, I do make it super simple. If you want to go ahead and use a total CMS image, you can just put in the CMS ID here and you're done. Now, if you were trying to integrate this into a blog page, I would just use warehouse image and then put in the macros in here and you're golden. Bob's your uncle. Scott's your uncle. Okay. And now if you wanted to use that super cool feature of having a thumbnail, a video thumbnail, this is where you would do that. So you would choose thumbnail video. You would put in the URL to your MP4. Okay. I may actually add WebM support as well. I think eventually I'm going to be doing I do a live stream on image performance and stuff. I was doing some image or video performance testing and, the WebM format, which is now officially supported by, Mac since Big Sur. Okay. Is pretty awesome. So I'm probably going to add official support for WebM files as well. And so we'll probably have 2 options here for MP4 and WebM. just kind of give you guys a sneak peek of that. If we go to, oh, look right here. Okay, so here I have an MP4 of kind of the Weaver Space intro, right? And that's a pretty short video, but it is 8 megabytes. Okay. Now that same exact one I converted to WebM, and it is 3.6 megabytes. Sorry, 3.6. So we went from 7.9 to 3.6. That's less than half the video size, right? Now, I'd have to open this up, but it is, the quality is just as good, I think, as the MP4 for half the file size. So we can't ignore that, right? So I'll probably do a video in the near future about that. Okay, maybe next week's live stream. I don't know. We'll see. If you guys would like that, let me know. Yeah, we can do that. So there we go. Okay, so play. We'll have video thumbnails. You can do the media MP4. Here, let's go ahead and show you that. Let's just go ahead and do. We'll do this particular video as an MP4. Okay, and I don't want a poster image actually. Why not? We'll do a poster image. That's fine. Let's see what happens when I don't do the poster image. Good question. So there I have as you see, I now have the video as the thumbnail. Okay. And I can go ahead and click on it. But then it launches that YouTube video that I had, right? So pretty cool stuff. Really, really cool, actually. I think that's super slick. Now, if you wanted that poster, actually, the reason it's probably good to supply a poster image as well, okay, is so that on page load, okay, oops, that's not what I wanted. On page load, you see the poster image before the video is there, right? Now, hopefully, I mean, I don't know the size of this MP4 that I just loaded as a thumbnail. You're going to want that to be as small as possible, right? This is like a 5-minute video, so you're probably going to want like something that's less than a minute, right? And it probably loops, hopefully just seconds, 10, 20 seconds or something like that. And it doesn't need to be, be conscious of the size of it as well, okay? Okay. Next up is how do you launch it? So by default, so all we've seen right now is if I click on it, it'll actually launch it locally, basically replace the thumbnail with the video. We can go ahead and launch a Lightbox. So let's go ahead and look at that. All right. Let's go ahead and if I click on it and then launches it in a Lightbox and plays the video. Okay. And it plays. You close it, it automatically pauses the video. Actually, it does pause it. So if I go ahead and open it again, it actually resumes the video from where I was at, okay, which is actually a pretty cool feature. Okay. All right, let's see. Next up. Okay, the play button styles. So play buttons, we can either do a circle play button or a rectangular play button. Okay, if you want to see kind of what the rectangular play button looks like, it's the same concept. Let's go ahead and hold on, just for performance, I'm just going to put that back to default. So we're not using the loading that video. There we go. Okay, so there we go. It's just a different style of animation. I kind of like the circle one. I think gives it a little extra, but yeah, that's nice too. Okay. Now if you do circle or rectangle, some of the options change here. If you do rectangle, we have the ability to change the radius. So you can actually kind of do maybe a pill shaped, which could give you a slightly different effect, right? Okay. Now you can change all the colors, right? So the background color, the background and the icon color, as well as you can change it when you hover. Okay. Now if you want to customize the SVG, that play button, okay, that little triangle is an SVG. You can do that here. Okay. Just add that and you can paste in whatever SVG you want. Okay. You can customize the width. So if you want it bigger or smaller, it's a percentage of the size of the player, right? So it will scale with your website. It's responsive. So if I go ahead and make this the largest, which is 30%, right, we'll see that I have a much bigger play button. Okay. And then you can also add a border. Okay. So you can add a border. And when you add a border, it actually gives you the option to configure the border color as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and we can see what that looks like. There's the border. Pretty cool. I really do like the circle better though. I think it's just because it morphs from being a circle to going square. I find that so cool. So cool. Okay. Obviously for Foundation 6 users, we have custom classes that you can add for the thumbnail as well as the button. Okay. So if you wanted to add your own little oomph or something to these, maybe you wanted to add a shadow to the button, I don't know. Okay. But yeah, you can apply your own swatches to this stuff if you wanted to add additional styles to them. Okay. We have some ability to customize the animation. Okay. So by default, only the button animates, but you can also animate the thumbnail. Okay. So let's say I wanted to scale the thumbnail and slightly rotate it a little bit. Okay. Let me scale a little bit bigger, and we're going to rotate it by 7%. Okay. So what that does is when I hover over, it actually animates the thumbnail as well. So you see the thumbnail zooms in and rotates. At the same time, it's actually slightly off from the play button on purpose, just that it kind of adds a little bit of depth to that animation. Okay. You can adjust the speed of the animation as well. So if you want a little bit faster or slower. Okay. Now, when I turned on the lightbox, it gave us a few controls for the lightbox as well. So we have some animation controls for those. We have the ability to adjust the colors of the lightbox. Okay. So if we go ahead and click on that, we have the ability to adjust stop that video, the background, as well as that close button. Okay. And then we have the ability to customize the animation. So if you notice by default, it kind of fades in. Okay. And the page background is blurred. Okay. You have control over that. Some really, really great animations there. All right. So, that is pretty much the play stack actually. Look, I went pretty quick today, 30 minutes. Let's see if there was any questions that I missed. Okay, let's see. You could call these that. Yes, we went over that. Always interested in great performance out of videos. Okay, so Martin's interested. I'll definitely do that. I'll try to put that in next week. So I actually have another. I've been working on, if you know, my HTML5 video stack. I've been working on an update for that for a while too. I started it. It's kind of in limbo. But I don't know about releasing 2 video stacks in a row. Even though they're slightly different, in terms of scope, but, I think that would be a good one. I'll definitely try to, get next week, that video performance, one out. So yeah, that I do recommend that would be a good one. Okay. Thanks, Martin. Would also love WebP support in Total CMS. Yes, WebP support's coming in Total CMS 3. It's already done. I already coded it. It's there. So, if you wanted WebP support right now, you have to use the file. There's no, you can't use the images or the galleries. Okay. But, you can definitely do it in Total CMS 3 already. So WebP support's there. So thanks, Dennis. And Ballo, I don't think anyone wants to contact you on WhatsApp. So, thanks for submitting that chat, but I will, I'm not sure anyone wants that. Okay. Sweet. All right. I think we're done. That was a really quick one, actually. Jesus. I was going to build out this file, but I just kind of showed off everything. I guess I still need to build out the file, don't I? If just while we're here, I sent out, actually I scheduled it. It's going to go out this afternoon, an email. There is a post on the community. Okay. From Arlen Jenkins, I believe it is. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. And Arlen, if you hear Arlen Jinx, I was close. Okay. or Jenks. Um, Recently he's been playing around with Webflow and Framer, just to kind of see what else is out there. But Stack still feels like home to him. And I agree. Arlen. I'm not going to go off into all my thoughts and feelings just yet on this. But I would love to hear everyone else's feedback here. So there's been a lot of great feedback from some other people. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you too. So go ahead over there. I'm kind of waiting for more people to reply and get a discussion going before I jump in and give my 2 cents about it. So please go ahead in there, especially if you've played with Webflow or Framer or any other tool. Okay, not just those. Maybe you've played around with Divi or whatever thing else out in WordPress land is or something like that. And you're like, hey, I really like this cool thing over here, and kind of just talk about how things are. And yeah, I'm always looking for ways to improve and make things better. I'm already strategizing for Foundation 6 next. I think I've talked about it a little bit on the live stream maybe, but yeah, some really great optimizations to the next version of Foundation. Not Foundation 7 though. It will still be Foundation based on Foundation 6, but a next level of that. Okay, it's going to be Foundation Next. I think I'm going to call it F6 Next. So there we go. I don't have any thoughts on Stacks for iPad. Well, I do have thoughts. I have talked to Isaiah about Stacks for iPad, and I do have to say that Isaiah is not a fanboy of the iPad as an interface. However, I'm making headway, and it's no longer a hell no. It's a maybe that's a possibility someday. Okay, so yeah, we need to get it for Mac first, but I think no promises. I obviously it's not. I don't have control over that, so I can't promise you anything. So, but it is no longer a hell no. It is a well, let's see. I mean, the hard part is the iPad as a whole. A lot of large app development shops have actually had apps and they went all in with a full featured app on iPad, and they lost a ton of money because that while there are a few key passionate people out there that might love it, I think a vast majority of people aren't willing to pay Mac app prices for iPad, right? Maybe things are slightly changing. It would be interesting to see how that works out. But with that said, I do think it would be very interesting. I think as more apps come out for it, it makes a better use case for it. But we'll see. I don't know. I know Josh, who's probably watching, he has a full-blown iPad setup where he actually has like remote desktops into his Mac at home or something like that, and then he uses his iPad and works on his Mac through his iPad. And he's got this great fiber connection that I could only dream about having. So that he can accomplish all of that as if it was all local. Sounds like a cool setup, but yeah, maybe one day. So I do think it's interesting. I will say I've tried blocks. It's not my flavor of tea. I think it misses a lot of the boat. So yeah, but like I said, I don't want to give them all my opinion on all these things. I do still have a great passion, obviously, for Stacks. I still think it's the best way to build websites. Okay. But I would like to hear that from you. So go ahead, talk about that on this post on the community. I'd appreciate that. Because I definitely want to hear from you. I want to make our web design lives better. Okay. And I can't do that without quality feedback. So go ahead and give me some feedback there so we can talk about what we could do to make Stacks Land and Weaverspace and Foundation and Total CMS and all that stuff better. And not only better, but the best thing out there. I really do feel that it's the most fun way to build websites. Yeah, I really, really do. I know Foundation 6, sometimes some people, it has a learning curve because of the paradigm shift in terms of how styles are done. But I am passionate that is definitely the best way for a website designer to build. I do have a lot of things for Foundation 6 next that will will make that better for maybe potential people that the class thing or the swatches aren't necessarily clicking. I have some really cool ideas on how to make that approach, on the approach, more hospitable to new users. Okay, so I'm really excited about that. I don't know when that's coming. I have to get Total CMS 3 done first. I really got to get that out the door, but I am excited about that. And it'll probably be something after Stacks Pro ships and stuff like that as well. In terms of Stacks Pro status, just kind of give you, while we're here, we got a little bit of time. It's getting worked on. Isaiah is working 110%. WWDC is next week. I think it starts next Monday, right? So next Monday is the keynote, and we get to see a lot of the stuff. I think the Developer State of the Union, I think, is that Monday as well? I don't know, but that's when we get to see a lot of the stuff, and that's going to kind of curtail some things. It will dictate a little bit on the timetable of Stacks Pro, because depending on what Apple deprecates or continues to support or changes or whatnot, it'll dictate how soon we get a beta. Okay. But I don't think we're too far off of that, which is exciting. Okay. Definitely happening this year. And I'm excited about it. So, with that said, one last thing in closing thoughts. In exactly 12 days, I'm heading down to Brazil for the summer. Okay. So next week will probably be my last live stream at least for the summer. I will be working while I'm in Brazil. But me and my family are heading down there and gonna have some time, spend some time with family. As you know, my wife's from Brazil, so we're gonna be spending some time with family, and yeah, it'll be a good time. We're gonna go off to a couple of little side trips. Gonna go to Florianópolis in southern Brazil. We're gonna go to Rio and a couple other places. Super great places. So love Brazil. As you probably know, I lived there for quite a long time, and I will be spending time down there this summer. So while I'm down there, I don't think I'm going to be doing live streams. So, but I will be on the community, helping everybody out, and still working on Total CMS 3 and some amazing stacks for all of us to use and love and all that jazz. So, cool. Take care, everyone. I hope you have the great rest of your week. I am going to see you on the community, and check us out on Friday, and respond to the community post, and leave some reviews. If you love a product, go ahead and submit some reviews on the product pages. I'd really appreciate that, because I think, the more people leave reviews about a product, the more people see, hey, it's a cool product, and they're going to buy it too. So, cool. Take care, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Go out there and make something great. Bye.